Hello, everybody. I'm Jackie K. Cooper here with
Walker the intern.
and this is the Oscar follow-up.
Yep.
We both watched.
Not
Not together.
Nope.
Separately.
Mm-hmm.
But I was thinking about you from the moment I laid eyes on Timothy Chalamet.
And I was thinking about you the moment I laid eyes on Conclave.
Yes. But let's just say up front,
Okay.
your opinion of the show
Mm-hmm.
was...
Oh, I have a rating.
Okay, rate it.
7.5 out of 10. What?
Ah! 4.
Okay.
4 out of 10.
Let's hear it. I would
4
like to hear
out
it.
of 10.
I'd
Where
love
in
to
the
hear it.
world did you get 7.5?
I enjoyed my time at this Oscars. It was a good time for the slate of movies that was portrayed. I mean, this is probably like 10 steps downgrade from the movies that were on last year. I mean, they had the Barbenheimer train all last year. They had that to profit off of. They had nothing this year except Wicked, like a little bit of Wicked. That's all they had going for them, and they somehow...
Let me just stop you right
Okay.
there. The show started.
Mm-hmm.
I understood the opening was going to be a tribute to L.A.
Mm-hmm.
We started with Somewhere Over the Rainbow
Mm-hmm.
by Ariana.
Yep.
What did that have to do with L.A.? What did?
I don't know.
Walker!
Where did you hear that it was going to be a tribute to L.A.?
I had read it.
They had that little montage in the beginning.
What montage?
They played like a little thing in the beginning that had like clips of L.A. in movies, but that was about it. I knew the opening was going to be them singing Wicked songs.
That's not a Wicked song.
I know, but they tricked us. It was Wizard of Oz songs, like a whole slate. It was Wizard of Oz, The Wiz.
Why were we doing a tribute to the Wizard of Oz?
Because Ariana Grande has a massive Instagram following, and they need viewership right in the beginning.
Which is what I attribute so many things to in that show.
I mean, they had to do something. I mean, nobody had seen any of these movies. Nora was maybe watched by like 10 million people.
And then they followed that up with Home from the Broadway show, The Wiz.
Mm-hmm.
And then they followed that up with Defying Gravity.
Yeah.
And I had people, this sounds so bad, but I had people writing me saying, we're only 10 minutes into the show and I'm already in tears. Cynthia Erivo brought me to tears. Have they never heard Idina Menzel sing that song?
It's a new rendition.
I like
And it's the Oscars. It's a momentous occasion with a momentous song. You know, it's just this combination of emotions.
And as well as I remember, did they sing that in the first half, the Wicked that's out now?
That was the final song.
And they were singing it together.
Yeah.
Why did Ariana back up?
No, they sing it. She sings it. She sings what she sings in the movie.
But why did Ariana back up?
Probably to give Cynthia the
The
spotlight.
spotlight. Okay. I just didn't understand that. They were singing a duet, so...
It's like a duet for like the first minute, and then she's got to go away because then Cynthia sings the final part in the sky.
Cynthia Erivo has a tremendous voice. I'm not taking anything away from Cynthia Erivo. But at the very end, she does it entirely differently from Idina Menzel's.
Which she did in the movie as well.
Yes, she did it differently in the movie too. I remember the first time I saw Idina Menzel. I didn't see it live on Broadway, but I saw her sing it.
Mm-hmm.
Chills, just chills, because that note was so spectacular up there. I didn't get it. It was a good note, but it wasn't a spectacular note to me.
Okay. I would say you're in the minority for that.
Oh.
Most people love it.
Oh.
It's okay though. Not everything hits the same for everybody.
The show itself got pretty good ratings.
Yeah, I mean, personally, I think it was a more cohesively structured. There are some divots that we can get to, but compared to the last 2 years, I would say that the overall pace and the structure worked better for me. I feel like the things that it was supposed to hit it, and there were no mess ups. Like I feel like last year there were some problems with the teleprompter and people not knowing when to go on and stuff like that. But this year I felt like everything just hit. There were no minor errors that were popping up.
Then we had the arrival of Conan O'Brien.
Mm-hmm.
He gave a 5-minute monologue?
It was like 18.
18 minutes?
Yeah.
Seemed like 30. He entered through Demi Moore's body.
Yes, the substance. Yeah,
The substance.
That's Conan. That's Conan.
The back opened and he pulled his way up. I was okay with that,
Mm-hmm.
but then he had to go back for his wallet.
Yeah. He goes back
and then
in.
he came back, and then he lost his car keys.
Yeah.
It was like a good joke dragged out.
See, but I thought it was a good joke that got dragged out and became even better.
No.
But that's what Conan does. He goes to the extreme with his gags. He plays this sort of overindulgent character that you just kind of you want to hate, but he's so funny at what he does that it almost becomes that you can't help but like him.
You know what I kept thinking?
Yeah.
Gosh, I wish Ricky Gervais was doing this show.
He's done too many.
Oh, he had.
Yes, he has.
Oh,
he did the Golden Globe like 5 years ago and did that one. That one opening was
hit right on. He knows exactly how to.
Well, you need somebody new. You need to freshen it up. Sometimes it's better than Jimmy
Conan
Kimmel. Would you agree it's
O'Brien.
better than Jimmy Kimmel?
No.
Oh my God, Jimmy Kimmel's awful at the Oscars.
No.
Every single joke Jimmy Kimmel did last year was
more at Jimmy Kimmel than I.
That's
I barely chuckled.
I laughed the whole time at Conan. I love Conan. Conan's my favorite talk show host.
I know he is.
I loved it.
I didn't just meet you today.
Yeah.
And my grandson, who's named Walker, there's some of these Walkers, said, "Oh my God, he killed it! He killed it!"
Jimmy Kimmel would never do a dance.
Kill me.
Jimmy Kimmel would never do a dance number.
I'm not going to waste your time.
That's the joke.
He wasted
That's
my time.
the joke.
Wasting my time.
It's okay. It's okay. It just didn't hit. It just didn't hit for you.
It didn't. Okay. It just. Why in the world did they not do the best song nominations?
Would you have wanted to hear 2 Amelia Perez songs on the stage?
I would have, because then at least when it won, I would have known what won.
That is true.
Thank you.
True.
Thank you.
Personally, me, I'm cool with them cutting those out.
You'd rather hear the James Bond trilogy.
I will say, not a good pick for a 15-minute segment on James Bond. There was no reason for it.
I mean, they just announced that Barbara Broccoli and whoever, who have owned and done well by the James Bond franchise for 50 years or more, have sold it to Amazon.
Mm-hmm.
No telling what we're going to get.
It has gotten a lot of hate, so hopefully Amazon can listen to that hatred and turn that into positive feedback.
But
probably not.
The sale of James Bond to Amazon, why did that merit a whole triple singing?
Yeah, it didn't.
And what is bad is I remember when Billie Eilish was on the Oscars singing Skyfall, and this girl who I'd never heard of in my life, who you say has a lot of Instagram followers.
Those three have very dedicated followers.
I've heard of Doja Cat.
Yeah, Doja Cat's probably the most famous.
And then, but those next two...
Blackpink is like I believe she is a K-pop artist. And that K-pop is huge around the globe.
What does that mean?
Korean pop.
Okay.
It's I'm telling you, it's bigger than what we got in America.
They had a good song. I mean, good voices, but there was nothing electrifying to me about any of those.
It didn't work that well.
It didn't do. And then they come out with Queen Latifah during the tribute to Quincy Jones.
Yeah.
You had Whoopi Goldberg and Oprah doing a little intro segue because they both were in The Color Purple, which Quincy Jones produced.
Maybe? I don't know.
He had something to do with it because they both said that was our first big break in acting.
Okay.
But Ease on Down the Road is from The Wiz.
Yeah.
Not And I don't know that Quincy Jones had anything to do with The Wiz. I guess he did.
I guess so. That's what I figured. He maybe wrote the music. That's what I guessed from that. I don't know much about The Wiz.
My big thing with Quincy Jones is We Are the World.
Mm-hmm.
He was, the brains behind that. But I'm a Queen Latifah fan.
Mm-hmm.
But I didn't think that musical number did anything.
Yeah, it didn't really make any sense.
No.
For it being there.
No.
Especially since they already
Thank
sang
you.
a song
We're
from The
already
Wiz.
down to a 5.
For me?
Yeah, we've been clicking off things.
I've already checked it off. I already pre-checked it off when I made it 7.5. Went from 10 to 9 to 8.
Okay, I've talked too much. What got it up to a 7.5?
Okay, highlights Conan. Sorry. Gags. Love the gags.
Gags.
Ben Stiller's production.
Gags.
You didn't like Ben Stiller's production design joke where he was sitting at the floor?
It was another one that went on too long.
Okay. Like they don't do that every year.
Okay.
Yeah. And then obviously the Honora wins. Honora winning, sweeping the Oscars. Love that for Honora.
The one person that I would have been happy from Honora if they had won, Dimitrov or whatever his name was, the supporting actor.
Yuri Borisov. Yeah.
Borisov.
Mm-hmm.
He was so good in there.
He's great. Yeah.
And I think here is this 25-year-old, I think she is, maybe a little bit older,
mm-hmm.
who screamed her way through a movie.
Okay.
And I mean, we have her. Oh, she was good. I'm not saying she wasn't good.
Mm-hmm.
I like the movie. She was good. She was supposed to be screaming, but then you have a woman of a career of good performances, topped off by an out of nowhere performance in The Substance. And you and I both thought she was going to win.
I thought she was too. Yeah, that was the biggest surprise of the night for me personally.
And I felt so bad because she was sitting there thinking,
"Oh yeah,
I gotta call my name."
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, all right.
But I mean, that gets into the argument of like, do you judge somebody's performance based on their career or based on the performance?
Which they have done in the past.
Which they have done. It was surprising that they decided not to. I guess Honora is just huge crowd favorite for the Oscar voters because I mean it won.
It must have
directing, editing, screenplay, and picture. All four Sean Baker is credited for.
And nobody's ever done.
Nobody's ever done that. Walt Disney ties, but Walt Disney it was for 4 different movies.
Yeah.
So Sean Baker's the first guy.
He did it at one time.
Who?
Sean Baker.
Yeah, Sean Baker did it. No,
Walt Disney. You're saying one for.
Walt Disney's won 4 Oscars in one night, but it's for 4 different movies. Sean Baker won 4 Oscars in one night for the same movie. Yeah, he's the first person to ever do that. So shout out to Baker.
And I admire and to me his speech at the end about independent films and independent theaters go out and see these movies in there was one of the best speeches of the night.
Yeah, that's one of the best speeches of the whole campaign this season. That and I would say Timothée Chalamet's SAG award was better, but that's just me personally.
I did love I said I did have a chuckle.
Okay.
Chalamet. That was hilarious.
Yeah, that was good.
Yeah, but I kept thinking, you have all of this creative talent in Hollywood, that has been doing this, making wonderful movies, making wonderful productions, TV shows. There was no magic that night to me.
Okay.
I wanted something that was just magic.
Well, there's this joke going around that there weren't that many celebrities there because they're all filming Christopher Nolan's The Odyssey right now. They're all away.
But that was another point I made was, where were the Hollywood stars?
I think the Oscars has come to a point where celebrities just don't feel the need anymore to go.
You pan the audience and you're like, who are these people?
Yeah.
Oh.
It's interesting. Yeah, I mean, it's
We were
weird.
the Brad Pitts, the Tom Cruises, the Jennifer Aniston.
I just don't think those people, I think, have entered that phase of like their celebrityism where they just don't really care anymore. Like, I mean, De Niro and Pacino and Nicholson and all them, they weren't showing up at the age that Brad Pitt and Leonardo are now. De Niro and Pacino weren't showing up at that age. I think it's just because the longevity of celebrities has elongated over the past couple generations that it feels like they should be there when really they're at that stage where they don't have to show up anymore.
And when they did show up, to me it was in one instance great and in one instance bad. And the bad was Goldie Hawn.
Yeah.
Could she honestly not see?
I have no idea.
She said something about cataracts. I mean, I don't know if that was serious or not.
What award was that for? Was it even important? I remember like not really caring about it.
And she was with Andrew Garfield.
Yeah, and like Andrew, like
and he was saying, "My mother loves you."
She didn't care less.
And she was like, "Hey."
Yeah. Yeah.
But where it did work,
okay,
was Meg Ryan and Billy Crystal.
That was the greatest night. That was the greatest moment of the night.
I thought when Billy Crystal said, "I used to work here."
Mm-hmm. When Harry Met Sally.
See, there he goes.
When Harry Met Sally is my favorite movie of all time, and they didn't say that they were going to show up, and they showed up. I was in awe, and it was right after Mikey Madison had won. Oh my God, those last 15 minutes.
Well, to me, that was magical. That was just having them there, and I mean, and whoever wrote their little repartee did a great job.
Yeah,
it felt natural. It didn't feel forced. It was just so good.
Mm-hmm.
But that was one of the few.
Yeah. Well, and I feel like the past couple years they were trying a lot of jokes. Like every single time somebody would go out, it would be a new joke, and it was kind of like hit or miss. So I feel like maybe what they tried to do this year was find the hits, and then the misses just replace them with like a stereotypical, just base speech, no jokes, just being like, the accomplishments of best production design have to do with this and that, yada yada yada.
But again, where was Anne Hathaway? That was one thing I liked last year, was that for the nominations for supporting actor, supporting actress, actor, actress, they had previous winners in that category.
Yeah.
This year, for costume design or something,
yeah,
they had people who had been in that movie, who I felt like didn't know doodle about.
Oh, they don't. Yeah, that was stupid on their part. But why they didn't do the thing this year, right?
No, why not?
Because nobody would go up and praise Carlos Sofia Gascon, so that's why they had to get rid of it.
Really?
Yes. Who would you have wanted to go up?
No, but I did not know that.
That's why they had to get. And that's why they did clips this year for leading actor. Which bring back clips. I love clips. Because what about if you haven't seen the movie? Nobody had seen these movies, so the only type of like instance you get of what the movie is actually about is through the clips at the Oscars. I don't know why they didn't do that for supporting actor either, or the supporting actor and actress. And also it didn't really work because like Robert Downey Jr. would go up, praise each person, and then just immediately would go into the winner. I felt like they needed like a break to show like they needed a segue. They needed the clips in between.
Ed, picky being picky, why did Gene Hackman get an individual testimonial and everybody else who died didn't? And then they even included him in the everybody else testimonial.
That's a bit rough. I think maybe because
Michelle Trachtenberg,
it was just like so zipped. Soon. David Lynch barely got anything.
I mean, how hard is it? Computer, tell me what actors died in the past year.
My guess is I think that like the agents have to send it to the Oscars. Like they
what? I beg to be included.
I mean, I don't think they're just sitting there all year compiling a list of people that have died.
I'm not saying all this. They just go to the computer and say, "Give me a list of who died."
But what about if they didn't like that specific person's family didn't want their name on the Oscars? I mean, it could be something. I think there's something else there that's going on.
Oh, don't honor my mother, my father, my brother, my sister.
You don't know. You don't know what's going on. You don't know. I mean, people get emotional when.
Well, there's a bunch of people who got left off, and their relatives are really.
I mean, if they are, then we got a problem. But I don't know. I think it's like the agents have to.
I think Tony Todd. You know who Tony Todd was? he was in some horror movies, and he was a good actor. He's in several things, and he got left off, and his family is not happy.
And the song choice that they did too.
What was it? From Mozart or something?
It was like da.
I mean, seriously. And the camera angle. It's like they shot it from the viewpoint of the audience watching the screen. And I'm old and my vision's not what it used to be. And I'm like, who is that?
Yeah.
Who?
Not the best.
I mean, why didn't they just fill the screen with it and have it regular so where you could read the names of?
Yeah, I think they were trying to switch it up this year.
And who picked who got to have dialogue and who didn't?
Mm-hmm. And you could clearly tell there was a bias because all the big names are at the end.
We're down to 3.
No, we're not.
We are. We have shown the era of their ways.
Okay. There's errors every year. You have to go in with a grain of salt at the Oscars. It's not like this perfect thing.
All right. Again, this was a big thing to me.
Mm-hmm.
Adrian Brody.
Mm-hmm.
We're sitting there watching the Oscars, and who comes out as a presenter? Halle Berry.
For which one?
She presented like cinematography or something.
Oh, okay.
Looked great, fantastic, and I thought, oh my God, she is here. Adrian Brody is nominated.
Yeah.
When he won before, I've told you this story. Have you ever seen the clip?
Yeah, I've seen it.
Okay.
They recreated it. Did you see that?
Why didn't they why didn't they say, Halle, stay here. When they announced Best Actor, if Adrian wins, go out and kiss him.
It would have been so awkward, though, because his girlfriend was with him.
They said, we've already cleared it with Georgina. She's fine with it.
Okay.
Do it.
All right.
That would have been great television.
Uh-huh. And what did we get instead?
What did we get instead? Here's my gum.
5 minutes of the most... 5.5 minutes of
You did see the gum thing.
Yes, I did. It was...
And she missed it.
I mean, that's better than him...
I thought he has gotten such backlash. I have seen people say, how crude can you be? How demeaning to his girlfriend, blah, blah, blah.
Oh, I didn't...
If I was headed up to the stage to get my Oscar and my wife was sitting there and I was chewing gum, I'd say, Terry.
Exactly, yeah. I'm not even mad about that. I'm mad about how long and boring his speech was.
We're down to 2.
Oh, that's not nothing to do with the Oscars. That's his fault.
What got me was, don't play that music.
Ugh.
Cut it off. They did. They cut it off and let him go on.
I went from being disappointed in the Best Actor and Timothy losing to by the end actively hating Adrian Brody.
But what got me was there were people. There was one group of 3, and the first guy got him talk. The second guy got him talk, and the third guy came up and they cut him off. Mm-hmm. He did not get to say one word, and they let Adrian Brody go on. Because he said, I've been here before. I know how this works.
When he did that, I was done. I was like, I'm not watching another movie by Adrian Brody ever again. That's what I said.
Just made the Academy Awards that much more special.
That's his fault. That's not the Oscars' fault. That's his fault.
Well, but they let him.
They didn't. They tried to, and he told them to shut up.
They shouldn't have shut the music off.
He told them to shut up. They probably thought if they didn't turn the music off, he would have gotten more They would have gotten more backlash than he did.
Well, he's gotten the backlash.
Yeah, good.
I mean, seriously, I couldn't believe that. I thought, come on, I'm one of these fair play things. Mm-hmm. If you're going to tell me I can't talk for so many minutes, then you can't tell him he can talk more than two minutes or whatever.
I would agree, but I don't think anybody's ever just been like, shut up to the people, to the music people.
But let me ask you this, because I haven't followed up on this. I read somewhere it said Zoe Saldana, who won Best Supporting Actress, had to immediately apologize for her acceptance speech. Have you heard anything?
I think maybe what you're referring to is when... I know there's a clip of her at like the press screening after, when they get their Oscar and they have to stand there. At one point, there was a journalist who was from Mexico, and she was like basically kind of called her out for like being disrespectful to Mexico, like the movie itself. And Zoe Saldana was basically like, I don't agree with that. We made this movie not for Mexico. We made it for us. Like, that's what she said. I did not make this movie. We did not make this movie for Mexico. I know that's a direct quote.
Okay.
And I think she did get backlash for that, but I mean, I think she got the Oscar.
I just saw it was a little headline. It says Zoe Saldana immediately has to apologize following her Oscar win.
Yeah, it's probably something like that.
I thought Zoe Saldana should really feel like they like me. They really like me.
Yeah.
Because Amelia Perez was going nowhere.
Oof.
And
Yeah.
her performance, whatever chord it struck with whoever. But I think the web or the internet or social media is just waiting out there to find something to.
Mm-hmm.
Because I thought Kieran Culkin's speech, but we were talking about his wife and she promised him a third child and then a fourth child. I thought that was great.
Yeah, that was a good speech with a good story.
I have heard said how sexist but a speech. He reduced her to a baby maker. I mean, it was just like, no, it was a husband and wife communicating, and she was saying, "I did, I did."
Mm-hmm. Well, Honora has gotten huge discourse online the past couple of days.
In what way?
With people coming out and being like, "I can't believe this movie won with its depiction of women."
Did you get my alias I used?
Your A-list.
Alias.
Your alias?
When I wrote that.
Oh my gosh. All right.
But that was me.
It's been a very big hot topic online. That was you though? You were all of them?
50 different names.
Oh, I got it. Yeah. That makes sense. I could tell. I have some drama that you probably don't know about.
Ooh.
You probably will like this.
Ooh.
Okay. So during the Costume Design Awards, the nominations, all the people came out.
Yes, I remember.
Including Lily Rose Depp for Nosferatu.
Yes.
So fun fact, Lily Rose Depp dated Timothée Chalamet maybe like 5 or 6 years ago, and they dated for a couple years.
How old is he?
He's 29. He's 29. He's been around for a while. So during the nominations, do you remember how there are pictures of all the costumes behind
in the background?
So at a certain point, Timothée Chalamet's costume and him in it was behind her, and it was kind of like, uh-oh, like she's having to stand behind Timothée Chalamet. Here's the worst part. You know how Timothy and Kylie were in the front row? Mm-hmm. Timothy and Kylie, during costume design, left and came back as soon as costume design was over.
Wow.
Nasty. They're nasty.
My gosh.
They're nasty. So there's been some drama going on.
This is like the Super Bowl singer.
Which one?
Kendrick Lamar or whoever it was. He was trashing some other singer.
Drake?
Yes.
Yeah.
But that reminds me of that.
Yeah.
Like we'll show her.
Yeah, that was just some drama I thought you might like. And then I do have one more thing. My favorite part of the night. When when they won for original song for Amelia Perez, and at the end, as they're being played off, she goes to the microphone and starts singing, Emilia, Emilia. Do you not remember that?
I didn't know who she was.
Oh, I mean, I don't know who she was either, but
she
walked up there.
By that time, I was like, I got 3 out of 7 right.
Oh, so you were just mad that you were losing it.
I was. And it started off, the first thing was animation.
Yeah.
And Wild Robot lost.
I kind of thought Flo would.
You picked.
I know. I did pick Wild Robot, but
you said.
After I had not seen Flo yet. After watching Flo.
I thought you had seen it.
Did I?
I thought you had seen it when we did that. Because I asked you, I said, did I miss it, or was there any dialogue in that? And you said, no, there was no dialogue.
I don't think I had I think I knew there was no dialogue, but I don't think I had seen it yet. I have seen it since.
I think you acted like you've seen it.
Yeah, I mean, I'm sure I was like, I didn't know there was no...
Latvia.
I don't think I saw
How many did you get right out of the 7?
I have no idea. I didn't check, but...
Because I know if you counted up your I wanna wins, you were ahead of me.
Oh, okay.
But I think in predictions...
I didn't do that
Did you pick Sean Baker?
No. I picked Brady Corbet.
I did too.
Yeah.
I mean, my wife and I were laughing because he kissed everybody who won on the lips.
Yes.
It was like, oh, here comes Brady. We did. My wife and I said, who is that man kissing? My wife said, who's that man kissing? Everybody. Yeah. But I told you. When it's the Academy Award, that's my Super Bowl night.
Yeah.
My wife fixed steak, potato, broccoli. We had strawberry sherbets over ice cream.
Yeah.
all primed, ready for the, ready to go. I didn't wear my tuxedo, but
Yeah.
thank God. But, starting here, but were you surprised about Honora getting all those awards?
I was surprised that it won all the awards that it won. I'm not surprised that it won Best Picture. I am surprised that it won editing and screenplay. Not necessarily director and picture. I kind of would have guessed. Because when was the last time a director won and didn't win Best Picture? Probably like Roma, the Green Book year, 2018.
It probably was.
Or no, I think the Coda year, the lady that won with Power of the Dog got Best Director, but then Coda won Best Picture. But it really doesn't have, like, if you win director, you're basically winning picture. Like, it's not.
But every time they would win one, I think they're doing what you said. Remember on the show you said they're going to be more traditional with the main awards and skew younger on the technical awards.
Yeah.
So when they would win those technical awards, I said, this is good. Walker's predicted this right. Demi Moore's going to win Best Actress, and like Brutalist is going to probably get Best Movie. No, they went younger all the way.
Except, of course, the one I cared about, Timothy Chalamet. But it's okay. Marty Supreme in theaters, Christmas 2025.
And that is with who?
Timothy Chalamet.
And who?
Gwyneth Paltrow.
Yeah.
And Tyler, the Creator, who is a rapper. Somebody else is in it.
And that's all he's got coming out this year.
But he's got Dune next year too.
But all of 25,
But you got to understand. I mean, he spent the past 6 months campaigning for Complete Unknown, so he couldn't really film anything. And he filmed Complete Unknown last year.
Complete Unknown win anything?
They got shut out.
I thought so. Yeah.
I mean, I thought
what got me was nominated for Best Costume Design.
Yeah.
Conclave. They all wore the same thing.
That's what I'm saying. I don't.
Seriously.
It's whatever. They didn't win. So did Conclave win anything?
Huh?
Did Conclave? Oh, it won screenplay.
Yeah.
But I don't even think I predicted Conclave to win screenplay.
I don't know. We didn't talk about that.
I'm not sure. Oh, we didn't. That's right.
No, we didn't.
Yeah, that's right. I forgot. I did all of them, but I don't think I. Oh, let me think then. I lost Timothy. I lost Demi Moore. I lost director. I got picture right. I got Kieran Culkin right, and I got Zoe right. So I got half right.
You didn't get Adrian?
I picked Timothy.
You picked him.
I tried to manifest.
I thought maybe it was. I think Adrian's going to win, but I want Timothy to win.
No, I think I tried to manifest Timothy winning, and as my pick and prediction.
Now we've got to see what this year brings.
Yep, it's gonna be interesting. I wonder if the strikes definitely affected last year, but I wonder if the strikes definitely affect this year, because nothing was made in that last quarter of 2023, which is when things that would premiere in 2025, like Cannes and stuff, would have premiered. Like, you would have started making this movie if you would have premiered a movie at Cannes this year. It would have started production in 2023, but I wonder if since everything got pushed back.
I told you I thought about you as soon as I heard Timothy Chalamet. I even saw him on the red carpet, and I thought, Walker's going to be so happy, yellow suit, high. But what also made me think about you was in one of the lighting, editing, cinematography, blah, 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 special effect, I don't know what it was. Better Man was nominated.
Better Man.
Remember what you said to me?
What's that?
You said, no, it's considered this year.
I get it now. I understand.
But you saw, it was considered a 2024 movie.
Yep, it's okay. I look back at my top 10. I realized it wouldn't have cracked the top 10.
It would have?
It wouldn't
have?
have. No, I don't think it would have.
Okay.
That's
I
okay,
did
though.
think about you. I thought, there it is, Walker. Better Man, nominated.
Yep.
Showed a little monkey head.
At least it got some recognition.
I did. It did. I still think it was one of the best movies of last year.
Mm-hmm.
I do.
It's a good movie.
Yeah. But it's come and gone.
Yep.
But the great thing is there's always next year.
That there is. And Conan
Well,
O'Brien will be hosting. I'm calling it right now.
Maybe Billy Crystal.
Billy Crystal is too old for hosting the
Get
Oscars.
out of my house.
I'm set.
Get out of my house.
Would you host the Oscars right now?
I just gave a talk last week to 200 people.
Okay, but were you like walking up and down? Like you got to be a presence on stage. Well, not a presence, but because you can be a presence on stage and not do anything.
You dig that hole any deeper?
I'm trying.
He's too old.
Billy Crystal is.
He's probably 10 years younger than I am.
No, but I'm saying Billy Crystal is like the Oscars in the 90s. We have to have something new. I don't want Billy Crystal. I love Billy Crystal. I don't want him in my generation of the Oscars. I want somebody new. I want somebody fresh.
Conan O'Brien.
Conan O'Brien has never hosted.
Not your generation.
Conan O'Brien is actually kind of my generation because I'll tell you why.
Why?
He made, in the 2010s, he made a lot of YouTube videos for his show. Like, he made a lot of videos that went on YouTube. They are huge with our generation. That's why I love him so much, because I saw those videos growing up. He has kind of pushed himself into the next generation without necessarily even having a talk show. That's why he works so well with younger people.
I always, and I don't remember all the details, but he was vying for one of the top, like the Tonight Show.
Oh, I know all about that drama. Yeah, Jay Leno taking it over.
Yes.
Yeah,
and he went on TBS or some minor network,
and that's when he started doing the videos.
But he was also like an also ran, to me.
A what?
Also ran. He didn't get the job. He ran.
Oh, definitely, yeah.
But he didn't get it.
And I think that worked in his favor because, he used his personality to his benefit because he was able to experiment more at the level he was at.
But I know it's your generation, 50 generations below mine. It doesn't matter about ratings or anything. It's followers, views, etc.
Yeah.
Because Conan O'Brien never got good ratings. The public, general public, that they count, for the Nielsen ratings and everything, he never got them. He came through the videos and all, and so it's like he had his own little subculture over here.
And that,
and then the mainstream was
he probably has the most dedicated following of the Tonight Show, of like all the late show hosts.
I think, that's almost good revenge.
Yeah, 100%. That's why it works so well. Because it's like he missed his peak. He missed his peak. He missed his peak, but then he ended up finding his new peak later on down in life. Exactly, yeah. And it's worked much more in his favor than if he had just gone on the Tonight Show and been Jimmy Fallon.
What about? Do you know who Nikki Glaser is?
Mm-hmm. Yeah, she did the Golden Globes.
Yeah, she did the Golden Globes. What do you think about her?
I like Nikki Glaser.
I thought she did a bang up job.
She did great.
Globes.
Yeah. Because she roasts people.
I like that.
Conan O'Brien doesn't like to really roast people that much.
What was the thing about It Ends With Us? He had a little jab at It Ends With Us.
Can't remember.
But it was something in there. And that was...
I know the Carlos Sofia Gascon tweet that he did that.
Yes.
And then they got the firefighters to come out and...
That didn't go with me either.
I thought that was better than just sitting there and clapping at them. I like that they got involved. I don't like when they just stand there and we praise them. That already happened at 5 other award shows. They spiced it up a little bit. They got the firefighters involved.
Now maybe I better not even say that. No, I will say it.
Yeah, I would love to hear this. Yeah.
This is how dumb I was.
Mm-hmm.
They brought those people out.
Yeah.
And I thought, there were more people than that fighting the fires.
You thought they just brought them all out?
I thought
you thought
they said here are the people who fought the fires.
Yeah, those are the people that fought the fires.
But they didn't say here are representatives of the people.
But they also didn't say these are all the people.
No, but I thought, come on, there's got to be more than that.
They did a pretty bang up job if it was just them.
Open up the curtains. There's a whole crowd back there. But I will say the little pun one-liner humor that they did was pretty good.
Yeah. The Joker 2 one?
Yes.
About losing their homes?
It took me half a beat to... Yes.
Yeah.
And the delivery was pretty good of the 4 people or whoever.
They practiced.
Walker, I am glad we did this because I always love your perspective because it's not always my perspective.
Really?
No, you
Never,
think?
I didn't think
You
so.
think, no. But I hope y'all have enjoyed this. You've gotten 2 different viewpoints of the Oscar show, the 97th. Can you
97.
imagine what the 100th's going to be like?
It's gonna be huge, and it's gonna be hosted by.
No.
Who do you think?
No.
Who do you think
Please
it's
do
gonna
not
be
tell
hosted
me
by?
Conan O'Brien.
No, I'm asking you. Who do you think?
Nikki Glazer.
Nikki Glazer?
Yeah.
Okay.
Because that's only 3 years from now.
I'll go Carla Sofia Gascon.
Oh, you're going to go with her?
I think she'll be okay.
She's gonna do it.
Yeah, she's gonna persevere through this canceling.
Yep, I guess.
You never know.
That's what he said, not me. Anyway, this has been our Oscar recap. I'm Jackie K. Cooper here with
Walker the intern.